Hello, everybody. What is up? It is OCD Mikey here for another Mikey show, morning show. And peace, man. I am getting with you to, I want to go, I'm going to go over a couple things, first of all, this morning, and also go over room resonance, which is, I think, very important. A lot of people overlook it. But I want to say one thing, which is, I am going to be talking when I have something important to say to you or something that's worthwhile. Okay, what happened yesterday when I was getting ready to make my video is I didn't necessarily have the content, right? Like what I was thinking. And I can make stuff up, right? I can make stuff up every day if I want to. But to make something up that is just for the purpose of filling space, to me is not valuable. And there's too much of this going on in the internet and on YouTube. And it's just so much fluff that if I don't have something that helps you guys and that I feel is important, I'm just not going to make a video that day. I feel it's more important for me to give you useful, valuable information than it is just to spew out and have something that's on schedule for every day. So you may get it every day. You may not get it every day. I'm going to just give you videos that I feel are valuable, like this room resonance one, which came up yesterday in a conversation. Also, what I'm going to do, I'm going to include a new part of what I do, which is I'm going to call it the flip side. Okay. And basically what I'm going to ask you guys as the viewers to do is to send me, because this happens regardless. And all of a sudden it clicked on me yesterday. I was talking with Charles and it clicked on me yesterday. You know, I ought to take, when people consistently send me links to different things, it's an ad or not necessarily an ad, but usually it's articles that other publications have written about HiFi, and they want to know my feeling. Hey, thought you might think this is interesting, or what's your feeling on this? And they want to get Mikey's cut through the BS and get my opinion on it, right? So they send me a link of maybe something, some new release, some whatever. And then I give them my feedback on it. And so I'm going to ask you guys, as my viewers, the HiFi tribe, to send me links, okay, to 11stereo.com. You've got my email address there, the contact, and submit to me something that you saw, a link. It could be any other, either a YouTube video, or it could be a magazine ad or a editorial of someone talking about something or a product or their idea about something. And I will put it on the channel and I will give you a juxtaposition. I will give you my angle on it, okay? What Mikey sees, kind of like with my experience, how I cut through the BS and what the real message is that I see. Because a lot of this stuff is regurgitation and just silly stuff. And it's so, I don't know. I realized it yesterday when I was trying to come up with my video and I was talking like this and I realized I've got no feeling behind it. It's funny because all this stuff sort of meshes together, right? I talked to you guys about no fluff with the audio system, the music system that connects you to the music, that isn't just this reproduction of sound, something that actually has a spirit. And it's like the same with my videos, right? I want to give you the content that connects you with the content, what the important messages, rather than just doing fluff, which you already get too much of that in this, internet sphere, audio sphere, whatever you want to call it. So anyway, so send me links and I will comment on them. And this will help you guys to see how I look at things with my seasoned eyes and mind from the experience that I have owning manufacturers, amplifier manufacturers, creating and designing all this kind of stuff. It'll give you a fresh sort of an angle that maybe you don't have. Okay. That will be fun. And then that way I'm responding to you guys. I'm not picking on anybody on my own. You guys are sending me stuff that you want to know about, and I'm serving you better, okay, rather than things that I think are important. I'd rather have you guys tell me what you think is important. So let's do that. The other thing is room resonance. So that was my message about how we'll form stuff. As we go into the new year, I will be listening to your feedback informing how I do my videos, because I want them to be the most effective for you. Room resonance. Excuse me. Room resonance. What is room resonance? Why is it important? Why do you care? This is something that became apparent to me yesterday when I was speaking with Andy in Wisconsin. And we were talking about bass, and he had added some subwoofers to his Turner and Freudel speakers. And we were talking about setting the bass on the crossover, the gain on the bass. And something that occurred to me that I take for granted that I don't know that all of you know about is every single room has a resonant frequency. What this means is when you hit a certain frequency in the bass region, you're going to excite your room, whether it's the panels in the walls, the sheetrock, the ceiling, the whatever it is. There's going to be a point where everything activates in the room. And that's called a room resonant. You know how like when you make a board, like a shelf resonate, or anything, a plate, a lot of times, or the easiest one to think of is the wine glass, right? The Maxell commercial where you hold the wine glass up. Is it real or is it Memorex? And the wine glass explodes because it has a resonant frequency. That's where that piece of physical material activates. It gets a resonance and it vibrates along with the waves in the air. And then to the point where it moves the glass so much that it just bursts into pieces. So that same thing would happen to your room if you had enough SPL. You could probably make the room burst at the seams. Well, before it bursts, it's going to activate or resonate, and vibrate. That's at a different number of hertz in every room. Typically, it's in the 40 to 50 range, 30, let's say 30 to 50. It's 30 to 50 hertz. It's going to be somewhere in there typically. And you're going to hear like doors rattle or ceilings or something. What happens if you look at a frequency response, you're going to have a bump, like amplitude. It's going to go up at a certain frequency. That is your room resonant frequency. Knowing what your room resonant frequency is will help you tune your rig. You need to make sure that not to, and there's ways to tune for that, usually using your crossover. This is typically corrected in a speaker that has the passive crossover for the whole thing. But once you add a subwoofer in there that it was not designed with the main speaker, now you're going to start to get into, you have to figure out how to blend those, how to blend your subwoofer with your main speakers in order not to activate room frequencies. And typically, how do you know when you're activating a room frequency or room resonance is you will, in certain songs, you'll want to turn down your sub, and on other certain songs, you'll have to turn up your sub. That is the sign of an inadequately placed subwoofer in the room. I had another YouTuber at my house listening to my system, and his first comment was, wow, it's amazing. We can play every song, no matter what genre it is. The ones with a lot of bass, the ones with that don't have enough bass. We can play everything. We don't have to adjust your subwoofer. That was his exclamation. He thought it was very interesting that we could play a heavy bass, that the room could have so much bass, and then when I played a heavy bass song, it was not too much. That came from months of trying different slopes and different crossover points to get my subwoofers dialed in. Also, part of that is your phase relationship. That has to do with distance of the sub. But mainly, the room resonance isn't going to do with phase. The room resonance is going to be where you cross it over and at what slope. Typically, you want a steep slope, 24 dB or better. 12 dB, sometimes it blends shallower and so forth, but that's going to let your subs go up higher. And it's an individual, this is what you hire us for, when we come to your place to tune, is we blend things, we do this. It's a culmination of things. I couldn't tell you right now in one sentence how to do that. but it helps to know that your room does have a resonant frequency, and you don't want to excite that room frequency because it's going to be a bump in bass. So typically, if you're getting a bump in bass and you're hearing it in the middle of your songs and it's wrecking certain music for you, change your crossover point. Bring it lower typically. You can go lower sometimes, or sometimes you have to go higher outside of that room resonance. But typically I'll find that if you go lower, you can kind of tune out. And then deal with your gain on your subwoofer. You can turn it up or down and get that proper gain. But more than anything, I want to make you aware that your room does have a resonant frequency, and you will activate it, and you have room gain at that frequency where you get a 3 dB boost in that frequency when you hit it because everything activates. So that was the message for today. Just be aware that you have room gain, and be aware that you have a room resonant frequency. 11 minutes. I think I've kept it clean. So make sure to send me your things. I've already got one to start on, and we will explore it together. We will look at what this information is that people are putting out, and we will ask ourselves, what exactly are they trying to tell us? To who the hell is this person, and what's their background in audio, and take that into context. Is this important, useful information, or is this just regurgitation? Is this real new technology, or is this regurgitated technology with a new name? We'll cut through the BS. So please partake in that. If you have not done this yet, please subscribe to the channel, give a thumbs up. That helps me know that I'm doing a good job. So do that, please. Do it now if you haven't done it. Also, go to 11stereo.com. I've got a great place for you guys to buy and sell used gear for free. Does not cost you a damn thing. And you're getting audio gear from my tribe. When people buy their Playback Designs DAC, they sell their old DAC. Their Mola Mola gets sold. Their MSB gets sold. Their other pieces get sold. So if you guys want to scoop up Mola Mola at half price, MSB at half price, whatever, these things, depends what it is, but you can get some great deal. You're not going to pay any fees. There's an escrow service available where I actually hold the thing before you have to pay, and I will check it out for you. So go to 11 Stereo, sign up, it's free, and again, give me your support. Thanks for joining. I will see you guys 2 and 2. I will see you guys as soon as I have good stuff. Usually it's going to be, if I can do it every day, I'll do it every day. But I will give you my promise that I'm not going to give you crap just to fill the airspace, okay? No fluff. No fluff zone. All right. So thanks for joining. See you.